Hello. All right, we're going to admit all. Welcome everyone to our diabetes virtual class. My name is Tamara and I'm so excited to rock and roll with this virtual cooking demonstration with you all. If you could all put in the chat group, in the chat box, sorry, if you are a Thermomix owner and if you yourself are experiencing or know someone that has diabetes, I'd love to just figure out where we are in the room. And yeah, this is just such an exciting time. I've got the link for the new diabetes cookbook, which I'll put in the chat box as we go along. And I am recording tonight's virtual class. So if we miss it or if you miss parts of it, I'll be sending a link with the recording and all the recipes from tonight in that email as well. So what I'm going to do is just try and find our first guest. But if she's not available, I might just go straight to Billy to start us off. That might work perfectly fine if she's ready. So we're going to head over to Tokoroa and find out what Billy's making for us tonight. Hello, Billy.
Hey guys, how's it going? So beetroot and lamb flatbreads with tahini yogurt. Now, this recipe says that you can use beef mince or chicken. So I'm using chicken mince today. So a little bit about myself. I was not pre-diabetic, but I had a lot of health issues. And with the Thermomix, it has helped me to lose 60 kilos and also get my health back on track. I wasn't close to, but like now I can see with the Thermomix the calories that I'm eating, how much sugar and things are in. So for me, that is why I love the Thermomix. It's helping me keep fit and healthy for my babies, and that's what's quite important to me. So with this recipe, we've got some plain flour and some wholemeal flour. We're going to pop that in the Thermomix. And then some water, just 150 mils. Now, this is not a cookie-do recipe. This is a guided recipe, manual recipe. I'm going to use the dono in a minute. I love my glider board for the fact that it's not going to move anywhere. Live television and children. Sorry about that. So we're just going to need for.
Oh, can you guys see Billy at the moment?
I've pinned her. Can you see her? If you put it into speaker setup. No one can see Billy? Okay, let me see what I can do.
Stand by, too. We'll fix this.
Yes, one job, Zena.
We've got Sharon. Oh, there we go. Now, Zena, you're pinned. There we go. Okay, we're good.
The power of TV. This is what your flatbread will look like after being prepped for 30 minutes or so. So already done it. Yeah, and we're going to do another bit of it. I'm going straight to, once this is done, the gift with purchase at the moment, or spend an extra $49 and you get two. Now this tells me to take the dough out and to clean and dry it. Why would you when you have a second bowl? So with that, we are now going to be making basically the thing that goes on top. So we're going to add some oil, a little bit of oil. We've got some onion and garlic to go, and then we are just sauteing that for 3 minutes. And it goes. I love the scales on these things. How much am I doing? I don't know. I'm going to just wing it because I can't even see it. A little bit of oil. What do you reckon? About, we'll go maybe a little bit more. 15 grams. And then we're going to do 3 minutes. Chop it first. 2 seconds. 10. speed 6. How quick was that? Can you see it on this camera? Yeah. Oh. Look at that, team. So quick. Put it straight down the sides, our spatula, and then we are going to saute. That's going to be a few minutes.
Thanks, Billy. That's awesome. And so how long have you been a Thermomix consultant for?
So I have been a Thermomix consultant coming up 4 years.
Wow.
3 years. What made me like the business? Just the people I meet. It's all about the people, and just getting to use my Thermomix as much as possible, some extra income for my family, and all the fun things like going to Melbourne next week.
Woohoo! Yes, we love all those trips as well. Thank you, Billy. We'll come back to you in a couple of minutes, and I think we're heading over to see Chantal and her son Hugo.
Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Hello.
Chantal. How are you going?
I'm good, and you?
Good. What are you making for us tonight?
My son is a type 1 diabetes. That's what set us so exciting about this new cookbook and stuff that's coming out. Because, yeah, it's very close to home for us, family. With him, since he was 7, he was diagnosed with diabetes, went into a coma, almost lost his life. But yeah, miraculously got a second chance at life. So yeah, we've adapted our whole lifestyle around low GI and just making sure this little man is, well, not little man, you'll see him now. He's a tall, handsome young man. Is just getting through life and able to achieve his top goals in life that he wants to do. He's quite a bit of an athlete, the rugby and stuff. So yeah, food is a very big part of our lifestyle. And yes, so without further ado, here's my son Hugo, and he's going to make for us a nice malted milkshake.
Hey,
Everybody.
Hugo. Nice to see you, bud. And so tell us a little bit, I guess, about your journey.
So basically, yeah, when I was 7, I was just chilling at church, and then all of a sudden my sugar just went high. Didn't know what it was, and then like halfway through the day, we had to go to the hospital, and then yeah, that's when I went into the coma and stuff.
Wow.
And then after that, I was basically just getting used to it, with the new food and all that stuff, but a bit difficult at the start, but got used to it, and yeah, now just chilling with the new technology, so it's not that hard really anymore.
Love that. All right, take it away. You're going to make a beautiful malted milkshake for us.
Oh yeah.
And do you find yourself
Yeah.
using the machine much, or does mum do most of the cooking at home still?
Oh, I just use it mainly for oats in the morning.
Cool. Nice work.
Yeah.
So what do we start with?
We start with 200 grams of bananas cut into medium-sized pieces,
Cool.
and then just 100 grams of rolled oats.
Yeah.
And then just 100 grams of blanched almonds. And then just 40 grams of malt powder.
Nice. And for those that don't know what malt powder is, you could use is like Ovaltine or Milo or something like that, but trying to get the lower sugar ones.
Yeah, and then just pour in 100 grams of almond milk or semi-skimmed. We got almond milk.
Nice. And those that are at home watching, if you do have a Thermomix, you can make your own almond milk as well. And the benefit of that is you end up with all the almond pulp, and then you can make your bliss balls or freeze that down and make biscuits and what have you with it as well.
Yeah, we love making our own almond milk. It's really satisfying.
We've had a
Mhm.
question about where do you get the malt from?
Mhm.
So whereabouts are you buying the malt from?
We just get it usually from Pack or Save, or we've got a bin in. I don't know if you guys have got, we're in Silverdale, we've got a bin in that you can buy it in. You can just scoop it out in the quantity that you need. Or you can really, really simple use home the Milo. Milo is actually malted.
Yeah, you could probably get a health food shop as well. Just have a look at your health food shops in your area, and you can probably find malt powder. Nice.
Yeah, and then it's just half a teaspoon vanilla extract.
Or a whole spoon.
And then it's just 2 ice cubes. And then we just insert the measuring cup and the thing that closes it. And then you just turn it to speed 10 for a minute.
Nice. It's going to get a bit noisy. It'll probably mute us. But while that's blending, Hugo, has there been anything? I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me, Chantal? Probably not. I love the nutritional guide at the bottom of each recipe on Cookie Doo. It just means that we're able to see the calories, the carbohydrates, the sugars, and all of that as well. So maybe Chantal, if you're able to, once the recipe's done, just show us where to find that information on a recipe as well. Oh, you're on mute, chick. Oh. We're still blending. Okay. Still blending. That's cool. So after this malted milkshake, what we'll do is we'll head back over to Billy and we'll see how she's going with her sauteing onions. And then I think we'll come back to Chantal and she can start the next recipe as well.
All right. So sauteed. Cool. And then we are just going to add in some of our chicken mince there. Now this is cumin and chili powder. And that's going in as well. And before we turn that on, I just want to show you the flatbread. So the recipe has just recommended we get 2 pieces of baking paper, and I've just rolled them, and so that's what it's going to look like. I'm going to just do that a little bit more, and I'm going to cut it into 4, and then that's our flatbread started. Beautiful. So that one is now just going to saute for 3 minutes again, speed 1.
How much money do you think it costs to make your own flatbreads, Billy?
Oh my goodness, it's cheap as chips, to be honest, because it's water, or cheaper than chips actually. Water, a little bit of flour. I would say 150 grams of flour and 80 grams of wholemeal. Anyone who's a mathematician and knows the prices of it?
I reckon under $5 at least, maybe even a couple of dollars if we're max. But saving you petrol from the supermarket as well.
For that, and you know what's in it, which is amazing. Cool, we're done.
Perfect. So what happens here now?
What happens now is we're going to pop this to the side, and then I'm going to divide, and I'm going to pop these in the oven for 25 minutes. My flatbread, sorry, 15 minutes. And then we're going to make a tahini and yogurt dressing as well. I've got cherry tomatoes, beetroot to go on top, and with the mince. So this is our dinner tonight. So I'm actually looking forward to this. And I'm pretty sure the kids are going to eat it as well. So that's always a win.
That is a massive win, and I think quite a versatile recipe that you could chop in and change out if you didn't want to do. So we're doing chicken tonight, or you could do lamb, or you could do a vegetarian version potentially. So that's awesome. Thanks so much, Billy. And I think Chantal is ready to show us the milkshake and start our next main recipe too. So thank you. Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, so the milkshake fully blended. Looks like that. Looks like chocolate. You can just pour it into some glasses, or whatever you want to. And it comes out quite smooth and stuff.
That looks delicious. Would you add anything else to that, Hugo?
I would probably add some honey to it
Okay.
to make it
Sweeten it
more
up a little
sweet.
bit. Natural sweetness. Yeah. Any protein powder? I know you're quite active out and doing sports and stuff.
Yeah, I would add protein powder, but I would be careful of which one I add
Mm-hmm.
because some of them have like milk powder in it, and then that would just make the milkshake more thick and dense.
Okay. Nice
Yeah.
work. Thanks, buddy, and thanks for sharing your story. It's been really beneficial for us tonight. So thank you. And I think Mum's going to take us away and do the main meal now. But maybe Chantal, when you start, can you show us that dietary information on the recipe as well?
Yeah. So what nice is milkshake done, bowl out of the way. I absolutely love having 2 bowls. um, so you don't need this now. So yeah, we do all our meal planning. What's nice is Hugo chooses 2 meals, my other son chooses 1 meal, and then me and my husband do the rest. So the meal planning function works out fabulous for us. With this, what really changed our life with the Thermomix is my son he wears a pump, so we have to inject for all the carbs. So what's nice is every single recipe, as you scroll down, I know you guys can screen at this stage, but as you scroll down in the recipe detail, it gives you the nutritional detail for every recipe. So it gives you the energy in calories. So I know some people follow calories. And then it's got your protein and your carbs. So most diabetics has to inject according to the carbs. So this just gives you your ratios. What's nice about this is my son's sugar we do a long-term test, and the doctor says his long-term sugar has been phenomenal this year. And he wanted to know about us, what have we changed? And we were just like, you know what, we're not guessing what to inject anymore. All the recipes tell us the carbs. So he has these highs and lows have been really minimum. So that's fabulous for us. So
I just find that so impressive that you've been able to, fix a real health issue in a diet sense as well, and not have it completely take over your life and just simple changes, but being able to monitor it in such a good, easy way.
Yes, and I mean, he knows when he started his diabetic journey. Oh, I don't know if you guys have followed some diabetic recipes. Oh my word, we were like telling him, "Oh, what taste is it nice?" And these time you go, "That's so gross." So with the Thermomix has really brought back good flavor, so we can have the nutrition and still have the benefit of good food, tasting fabulous. So we have got so I'm just going to make, what we're going to make is we've actually made this a few times now with the diabetic book, which I love because it's got the meal planning as well inside of it. And it shows you how to swap different things out. So we've got the 2 tablespoon hemp seeds going in. And the hemp seeds are nice because it's a protein as well. And then I've chucked the pine nuts with that in there, the same bowl with the pine nuts. And then what's nice about the Thermomix as well is, well, this is just going to toast it now for 2 minutes tomorrow. So what's nice about the Thermomix is the milling function. So I know white bread is out in our family. My kids, sometimes if they see white bread, my little ones, and I'm not a diabetic, but he's like, "Oh, white bread," because we don't do any white flours in the house. We grind almonds down, we grind oats down, buckwheat, just to make all our bases a bit more low GI, so it doesn't spike the sugar.
That's amazing. Thanks, Chantal. We've just got a question in the chat box about the recipe. I think Zena's busy finding that one for us. And I'm also going to pop the link in the chat box for our collection that is currently on Cookie-Doo. It's a very limited sneak preview. They haven't released all the recipes yet, but if you are curious on cooking some of the recipes from tonight, you can head over and save that one into your Cookie-Doo collections as well.
So what I love about the Thermomix is the preview function. So while this thing is quickly toasting the nuts for 2 minutes, you can go next, and just make, because we've prepped all the ingredients just to make it possible slower, but so you can just grab everything out of the fridge, and that makes it even quicker to get your meals done. And that is what I love. And then this thing, so we've got all the, it's dry roasting. And it's also nice, because what I love about the dry roasting, all the features from the TM5 to the TM6 is now you've got the high heat. So it can dry roast your nuts and stuff. So you don't have to chuck a pan on the stove and still dirty some more dishes. That was one of my biggest features of buying the Thermomix. That was my selling feature. It washes itself, so it's definitely less dishes as well. I mean, who doesn't love less dishes? Yeah, that's roasted the nuts and the seeds. That's a nice brown color. Just chuck that in a bowl.
Did anyone else know that you could toast in your Thermomix? So whether you're doing nuts or seeds like Chantal is doing right now, you can also do your spices, and I've done, yeah, you do your nuts in there before you turn them into candied almonds and stuff like that. But yeah, being able to do sunflowers and pumpkin seeds is just amazing.
Oh, the candied almonds, that is made with sugar. But what you can do from a diabetic point of view, because cinnamon lowers the glucose of the sugar. So what we do is we use the milling function, and we mill down the entire cinnamon quill, and then we make the candied almonds. So that's a nice alternative that we do there. So yeah, in goes the brown onion and the 2 garlic cloves. And my youngest son is actually the little chef in the family, so he prepped all these ingredients for me. So I'm grateful for having help in the kitchen. I mean, who wouldn't love their kids also cooking with them in the kitchen? It's like nice family time. So yeah, there was some parsley going in and some basil, and yeah, we save a lot of money growing our own vegetables and herbs. So we save a lot of money from that point of view as well. So what it's doing now is like making a nice little pesto. We're going to grind that down.
Is anyone else making any other pantry staples or salsas or sauces in their Thermomix? Chuck us in the chat box your favorite ones. And we've just got a question from Bridget asking if we can do toasting in the TM5. So I'm just going to find the time, speed, and temperature for you, Bridget, and you can try and do it in your TM5 as well.
Yeah, that's just chopped everything nice and down. I mean, that was 3 seconds. I couldn't do that with a knife in 3 seconds. So in goes the capsicum from the garden. Okay, it says red capsicum, but ours aren't red yet, so we're taking green capsicums. So that's what I like about the Thermomix, is you can change it for what you've got in the fridge as well. So there in goes 100 grams zucchini, and then the olive oil, 30 grams of that. Insert the measuring jar. Yeah, just chopping it.
Perfect. Okay, so I've just quickly found how long to toast. Shanaz has also put 5 minutes, 120 speed 2 for toasting and roasting, but I think that's more for spices. The one that Chantal's done for this recipe is 2 minutes at 90 degrees on reverse speed 1. So have a go at doing that in your TM5, Bridget.
So yeah, so we're just putting the simmering basket. It's basically a straining basket. We're putting that on top of the Thermomix for the steam above 95 temperature. We use the steaming basket. So next, so yeah, that is just going to cook off for 5 minutes.
Beautiful. Thank you, Chantal. And I think we are heading over to Mrs. Kim down the line, and we'll just get Zena to transfer over. Hope you don't get too sick with us changing over, but here we go. Hey, Kim.
Hi everybody, I'm Kim from Hamilton, and yeah, I don't really have too much of a diabetic story, but I joined Thermomix a few years ago when the TM5 came out, and yeah, just love sharing the possibilities of what the Thermomix can do for different families and people. It doesn't have to be families. And I just love how Forwerk work on just creating a better product and listening to the customer when they want to hear recipes for diabetes and things like that. So it's great to be able to give you this class tonight. So for the owners or non-owners, normally we would make a vegetable stock paste with you or something when you first get your Thermomix. And today I'm making a salt-free vegetable stock paste. So this one is on the little sneak peek on your cookie dough. So it's nice and easy tonight. But it's very similar to if you've made a stock paste before, but I've already pretty much weighed all my ingredients, but I'll just run through it with you. So it was 200 grams of celery. I'm just going to tip it all in.
I was going to say that's a lot of celery.
I know, sorry. 250 carrot, 100 onion, 100 grams of tomato, 150 zucchini. I didn't actually put the mushroom in, 50 grams. And yeah, I just haven't even put mushroom in we don't have anything against mushrooms. We love mushrooms. I have mushrooms, but I don't know. Couldn't do it tonight. A garlic clove, bay leaf, and a whole heap of herbs. So I put rosemary and sage and parsley. And this one we've got 15 grams of olive oil. And I just wanted to say, if you don't know, you do know, as long as your vegetable can fit through this lid, it's okay for the blades, okay? So this is like a carrot. If you cut them a bit bigger, or if you cut them smaller, then the blades don't actually have to work, then the Thermomix doesn't have to work so hard. But if you leave them a bit whole, they have to, okay, it says to insert. So there's a little video for anyone who doesn't have a TM6, I think there's a TM5 in it. So with the TM6, it says a little video, shows you how to use your spatula through the lid. This is the only thing you should use while your Thermomix is working, because it has the collar and it won't touch the blades. So I'm just going to chop that for 10 seconds, speed 7.
So while Kim's blending that, I want you guys to count how long you think it would take you to chop up all of those vegetables and have them ready to go. I think it'll be a lot longer than 10 seconds. That's so quick.
Where the camera is. It's actually, most of it is, you'll see, is like a puree. I think we're just going to do it one more time quickly. Oh, with the measuring cup this time.
That was weird, whatever that was.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if that was me or someone else. I don't know. So this time, I don't have to do anything. Just have to put the simmering basket on top, and 30 minutes, 120, and speed 2. And that's just gonna and I can show you maybe at the end if we have time.
Perfect.
Also, just because it's obviously doesn't have the salt that we might normally make that stock paste, it recommends to freeze them. So these are just a couple of items that I had from the mix shop that I actually found really useful when my son was actually a black baby. I used to do little baby food in here and free flow it. So I'm gonna freeze in these and then put them into either a container or a bag.
Hello, gorgeous Donna. Nice to see you. Barb and you are on holidays for Rimbula.
Oh, we might have to meet someone.
And these ones are just a little bit bigger. So
Remember when I went to visit?
yeah. So yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, Kim. That's
That's right.
awesome. And I think we're about to cross over quickly to Shanaz, and she will start us off with some beautiful muesli bites. Hello, Shanaz.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shanaz Pettigara, and I have been a consultant for 7 years now. Thermomix is very dear to my heart because I think the first question, whenever we are diagnosed with anything, the doctor asks, "What are you eating?" So, and is this what you can do? Is this what you can do? And like people normally say, "Oh, we don't have this, we don't have this." So, investing in a Thermomix was the biggest thing that I did. And trust me, friends, having given 1 year to live, I have finished 7 years. So as long as I've had my Thermomix, I'm going to live that many years. That's what my husband tells me. And when this book came out, it is so beautiful. I have done so many dishes online on my Facebook page, which is Thermomixing with Shanaz. And what I'm going to do today is grab and go muesli bites. So they are very favorite in my house because they are little small bites. You can eat them anytime as a snack or after the meal. And they're really very delicious because they have got lots of healthy stuff inside and they are very easy to keep. How I keep them is, if you have seen from the mix shop, these airtight vacuum seal containers. So I'll make them into small pieces and put them and vacuum seal them. And they have, my last lot was like almost 20-25 days. So nothing goes bad with it. So all the stuff on the mix shop is just beautiful. This is a manual recipe, and again, this book is available on the mix shop too. So as Tamara said, all the recipes are not on Cookie Do yet. So I'm just going to read out the recipe, and mine is a very simple one. It's not going to take us much long. It's only going to bake for 20 minutes. So I always tell my customers and anybody who's watching me, whenever you remove the lid from the Thermomix bowl, make sure you always tear the screen. So the first step is preheat oven, which I've already done, and then grease a 20 centimeter cake tin. So this is the cake tin. If you don't have a cake tin, the rose gold tray should be good enough. And then put 100 place almonds. So 110 grams of almonds we have already pre-weighed. I've already pre-weighed, but you can see the scales over here. And then I've got 50 grams of sunflower seeds. So that's the sunflower seeds. And 65 grams of pepitas. So pepitas. So you can see what all is going inside. And then we have got dried apricots. So that's like 50 grams of dried apricots. And then 65 grams of dried pineapple pieces. Last time I didn't find pineapple pieces, so I went and put ginger pieces inside, and ooh, it just tasted so delicious. So you can play around with any of these dried fruits as long as you know that they are very low on sugar. So dried pineapple pieces. And agar. So agar is it is available in Benin, as a friend of mine said. We have Benin in Takanini, and this is a vegan substitute. So it's a vegan substitute, vegetarian substitute for gelatin. So like I'm a vegetarian and I don't eat anything. So this is a beautiful substitute. So I don't even buy the rennet. I'll buy the vegetarian rennet. So this is 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of agar-agar, and we are going to put the lid on and turbo it for 2 seconds, almost 3 times. So we go back home and choose the turbo option on your TM6, or if you're using a TM5, you know which one to do. So 2 seconds and 3 times. I use the turbo option even for cleaning my bowl. But friends, the turbo option doesn't release automatically. So please always press the home button to release your bowl. And that's how beautiful the things have chopped inside. So I'm going to put the rest of the ingredients, which are like, add all the rest of the ingredients. So we have got quinoa flakes. By mistake, I just turboed them by mistake. So they have become little powdery. So they are quinoa flakes, and that's 75 grams of quinoa flakes. If you don't find quinoa flakes, it's not available in Countdown. It's available in New World, Benin, and all those health shops. If you don't find quinoa flakes, please feel free to use coconut flakes, again, depending upon if you're making it for a diabetic patient or whatever it is. So quinoa flakes, 9 grams of puffed millet. That's also available in Benin. And then 90 grams of honey. Honey is one thing you can, if you like that, oh, it's too sweet or 90 grams is too much, then please you can play around with the quantity. But I'm going to go to scales and put 90 grams because touch wood, after the Thermomix, our family has been so healthy and otherwise also. So we are going to put 90 grams. Give me a second. Sorry.
So Shanaz, I love how you can adapt this recipe as well to suit your preference. So if you've got kids
Yes.
that are maybe not super into fruity muesli bars, you could maybe sub in something else in there instead. Or
Yes, and they are really, you can make them because you make them at home. You can make them into small bite-sized pieces, and I always give them as dessert instead of having a chocolate in the house because this is really sweet. Sometimes children just ask for desserts just because they know that adults eat desserts after their main meals. So
yes.
this is a very good. I have just landed up putting a little more, but that should be okay. And we have the last ingredient over here, which is 50 grams of high protein natural yogurt. And yogurt is my first beautiful favorite thing that I learned to make in my Thermomix. So you can see how this Thermomix, the yogurt is. It's like, and there's a beautiful recipe in the diabetes cookbook. I do it manually. So if you want my recipe, it's almost the same, but the Thermomix uses the fermentation mode. I just use the simple oven and I just put it in the oven. So I'm going to put 50 grams. Oops, sorry. It's the lid. So you know how sensitive the Thermomix is. 50 grams of high protein yogurt. 47. And we are going to close the lid. And 10 seconds, reverse, speed 3. So go out of here, go to the home screen, 10 seconds. So this is basically just combining all the ingredients and reverse and speed 3.
So what would happen if you didn't put it on reverse, Shanaz? Oh, you can't hear me. The reason you want to put it on reverse, team, is so it doesn't blend up your mix. We're essentially just mixing it all together on the reverse because your blades are sharp on the one side and not the other.
So that's it. It has become a nice combined mixture. I'm going to put it in my tray and I'll put it for baking. And when all the others finish, my muesli bars will also finish. So I'll be back with them to show you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Shanaz.
Tamara.
And I think we'll go to Zena and we'll just find out a little bit about the cookbook.
Oh, I'm glowing. Ooh. Hi everyone, I'm Zena. One thing that I really loved about the cookbook when they announced it is that it's something significant to me because my dad is insulin dependent and my mum, she passed away from cancer and she ended up diabetic and insulin dependent when she was diagnosed and went through chemo. And also, my children lost their dad and at 41 years old to diabetes. So I was at Thermomix when they announced this diabetes cookbook was coming out, and I nearly cried because my children lost their dad when they were 15 and 17 from diabetes. And that is why I'm so passionate about this cookbook. And I just want everyone to have it and to have those recipes because it will change your lives and make you a lot healthier and live a lot longer to be there for your children and grandchildren. So we've just had our first grandchild and her grandfather's not here to enjoy her, which makes me really sad. But I'm so happy that this cookbook is here because it's just one of the awesome things with Thermomix is that they are here to change lives, not just by saving you time and money, but to make us healthier and make better choices with what we put in our bodies. So that was my little blurb that I just wanted to add. And that's it, Tamara.
That is such a powerful story, Z, and thank you for sharing that. And it just goes to show the numbers of people with type 1 and type 2 diabetes are just increasing every single year in New Zealand and Australia. So if there's anything that we can do to kind of nip that in the bud early or prevent that or try and fix it with our diet, we really need to get on top of that as well and just create that awareness, I think. So thank you so much, Z. All right, I think we're going to cross over to Chantal briefly and see where she's at with her pasta. And then we'll be heading over to Bronwyn.
Okay, so with the onions and the zucchini and the capsicum that's been sauteing away. So now I'm just going to add the rest of the veggies. Because this is a veggie meal. We eat a lot of meat, but I try to sneak in one night of vegetables only. So yeah, our tomatoes going in, it's 400 grams of cherry tomatoes. Or that's a combination of cherry and normal tomatoes that we had. And then our button mushroom, we've chopped it up a little bit finer than what they said. You guys not too big of a mushroom fan, so if it's a little bit smaller, it's fine with it. Nothing like forcing your kids to eat the veggies. Who struggles? Put in the chat to get their kids to eat veggies. Please let us know. The struggle is real.
Do husbands count, Chantal, or just children?
Yes, husbands count as a kid in the house. Don't count them as an adult.
Yes.
So that's our beautiful mushroom going in. And then we've got some Kalamata olives, just black olives and chopped in half. And then 100 grams of cream cheese. You can use the block, but I just bought the strawberry.
And you'll notice for those meat eaters, we're adding in quite a lot of meaty vegetables. They have the flavor profile of meat. So mushrooms, the olives have that umami as well, the tomatoes. So we're going to get a meatier flavor, but with the vegetables, which is great.
That's what I love about this dish. It doesn't compromise on flavor. It keeps the meat eaters happy in my family, which is what I'm aiming for. So then we've got the ricotta going in. 100 grams of that. And then 300 grams of water just to accommodate the pasta as well. At demos, we have super fun trying to see if the customers can nail the exact grams of it, because the Thermomix does weigh in 1 gram increments. So yeah, so if you guys hadn't had a demo before, please lock one in. It is so much fun. We really cater for all kinds of personalities and family needs. And then yes, like Shanaz and everybody said, making your own vegetable stock paste at home. So it's just all the veggies pureed down with 3 grams of rock salt. This is like impressive for me, like mother's milk. It enhances the flavor like you cannot believe. It is next level delicious. So in the chat box, look for us who buys stock cubes, because this is literally a fraction of the price and it's like tripled up of flavor. So 1 tablespoon of that. And you can control the salt as well. There is in the diabetic one a salt-free vegetable paste that you can make as well. And yeah, now this is just simmering basket back on top. And that's just gonna cook off for 10 minutes. How easy was that? You can go fold your laundry, do the dishes, watch a little bit of TV, or in my case, just enjoy a glass of wine.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm more for the wine. I'll leave the laundry and the dishes later. The kids can do that. Thanks, Chantal. And we're gonna head over to Bronwyn now. But yeah, like Chantal said, please make your vegetable stock paste yourself, or even branch out to chicken stock or beef stock or whatever you want to do. Okay, Bronwyn, where are you joining us from?
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Nice to be here, guys. I'm getting to make carrot cake overnight oats. So no
Beautiful.
carrot cake is involved, but the flavor is there. So you've got an amazing breakfast to face in the morning. I was just thinking when Chantal's son was saying putting oats in the smoothies, like oats is one of the most amazing things for gut health and for blood glucose and also cholesterol. I mean, put your hand up if you don't know someone who needs to be looking after themselves in that kind of way. If you can have oats, they're a really nutritious thing. Pretty exciting. That's one of the ingredients in here too. So I'm going to, without further ado, I'm going to be getting on with cooking this recipe. Oh, my machine just want to fall asleep just as I wait it turn.
That's all right. So
I'll go through the list of the ingredients for you. So it's carrot, which you're going to whiz up, some yogurt, some oats, some chia, some vanilla, a bit of maple syrup, ricotta, raisins or sultanas, cinnamon, and some water. And it's amazing. I did a practice run, and I tell you what, it makes a very good snack at any time of the day. It's very nice. Okay, now, so the first we're going to do is weigh in the carrot. So I'm just doing this recipe manually. Once it comes out on Cookie Do, it will be easier than blinking. It's so going to be so easy. So pieces of carrot, just chunks in, and we want 180 grams. Oh, that's pretty close. We'll call it done at 186. So it's going to be just a few seconds at a high speed for a minute. So speed 5.
5 seconds to grate the carrots. That's awesome.
5 seconds.
Is anyone else grating anything else in their Thermomix? I do quite a lot of cheese. Bronwyn's doing the carrot here. Is there anything else you guys are grating in your Thermomix? Holy moly, that's so quick.
That's a lot easier than a grater for 5 minutes, right?
Yes. Well, and no knuckles are in there as well, eh?
No knuckles in there, exactly. And I was thinking as I'm making this, overnight oats, like breakfast is one of the things that Kiwi culture does not do very well when you have a health need. Like it's so hard to get away from sugar and things so this is a great shortcut for introducing something new, but it's delicious. And then it gives you something really, you basically had carrot sticks for breakfast, but you don't feel like it. You feel like you've had carrot cake, also. Okay, so now next we're going to add our yogurt. They've said I use a high protein yogurt. I have made yogurt myself. And if you are making your own yogurt yourself and you're just using a standard kind of thing, you can make it higher protein, I believe, by adding extra milk powder to it. I'm not a total expert in that, but if that's important to you to get that sort of extra protein in there, then that would be a good method too. A lot cheaper than the high protein yogurts that you buy at the shops. So we want 620 grams of this yogurt. Or a little bit over, but that's all good. I mean, that's so cheap to make a whole jar of yogurt that way. And next we're going to add some oats. 90 grams of oats. Right, that's done. Okay, next some chia. That's a superfood. Just 1 tablespoon of chia. Now, like I really like chia, so I would ordinarily add a bit more for me. So I'll just add a little. 2 of those. Nice. This recipe is so easy because really all this last stuff, all we're doing is going to mix it through and it's just going to be ready. It's perfect. I didn't have vanilla in my cupboard today, so I didn't get that. We're supposed to have some vanilla in, some maple syrup. You could use whatever sweetener that you find appropriate, but this is some nice thick syrup to go in. Seems like honey is a popular one. I am not that sort of cook who has a measuring spoons. I just like, yeah, that looks good.
We haven't noticed at all, Bronwyn.
No, but I find it funny that one thing I thought I wasn't gonna like about Thermomix is it's all measured. And I was like, oh, I won't like that. But you totally are the boss. You don't have to do it that way. It just works the way it works, and works for me. I do have less flops now. I'm measuring more. Okay. Now they 60 grams of ricotta cheese. So that's some fresh ricotta. A little bit of raisins or sultanas. 40 grams. I think raisins have iron in them as well, so it can be a little bit of an iron source for people.
That's good to know.
Yeah, random fact of the day. And some cinnamon. They say a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm just going with a shake.
Cinnamon's good for the heart as well.
Yeah, actually, it's like antiviral as well, I think.
Yeah.
It's also one of those general nerve or like soothing tonics, like cinnamon before bed if you need help to relax, I think. So. Okay. And last thing, it does say lemon zest. I didn't have any, my lemon trees are not lemoning at the moment because it's not the right season. So seasonal cooking, we'll skip that bit. And now it's 330 grams of water. Yes. Nearly there. That's good. Cool. Well, this next bit is so easy. We're just going to mix it on speed 3, reverse for 12 seconds.
That's so quick.
Yeah.
So you were speaking into the chia seeds earlier. Have you tried to make your own chia puddings or anything as well?
Yeah, all the time. Sorry, you probably won't hear me for just a minute while it's being noisy. So.
No, we can. You're good. Oh, she can't hear us anyway. I thought I'd be used to this on Zoom, but I'm really not.
Chia pudding. Yeah, chia pudding is fantastic. Too easy in a Thermomix. And the other thing is if you then blend it, you get like chocolate mousse. You don't just get chia pudding, you get chia chocolate mousse, and that's pretty awesome. So there you go. It's quite runny now at this point. But that's how it's supposed to be because everything's going to soak up its things. Now, the actual recipe in the cookbook says to leave it sit in a bowl in the fridge overnight and then dish it into 4 to serve. I think it's much more generous than 4 serves, to be honest. I wouldn't eat that much. That would feed 6 people, in my opinion. But the other thing you can do, and I would probably prefer to do, is you get your jars and portion out, and then you can, that will keep in the fridge a good, probably you can prep for your 5 days of your week kind of thing, having your breakfast all ready to go, and then in the morning you're good to go with your breakfast. Some people take them to work and things with them.
That's such a good idea, and probably way cheaper. I mean, for some people that do get up and go in the morning, they go to the coffee shop, they grab the pastries, they're on their way, or they get that meat pie. Being able to just grab something like this that you've pre-made out of the fridge, and you know exactly what's in it, and it's got all that goodness, then just so good.
I've taste tested it, and it was really very delicious.
We believe
almost
you.
like carrot cake for breakfast, but a lot healthier.
Yeah, would you venture out and do any other flavors?
I already love the apple overnight oats that they do on the and it's already on Cookie Dough. And you could, I think, adding in the more of the spices like they did with the carrot cake would totally lift that game as well. I mean, I just think it's awesome because if you're doing overnight oats, you're planning them at nighttime for the morning. Your brain is already going to sleep, and so just to have a recipe that's easy and quick and weighs everything, you don't have to think about anything, getting it all right, the quantities or whatever. It just makes it so easy, and then that preparation is what saves you time and not having to buy that convenient stuff.
I love that. Thank you so much, Bronwyn, for your wisdom. And we are going to cross over to Chantal quickly and see how she's going. And here we go, Chantal.
Yeah, so our stuff is going to stop a bit. So all the vegetables, 10 minutes. Now we've bought this recipe calls for the wholemeal spaghetti. So we put the wholemeal spaghetti to go for the more, and I like it. It gives more flavor. It does, the wholemeal does look like brown rice, just a little bit longer, but it tastes just as good. Yeah, we are going to add in the pasta broken into half. Oh, let me just show you guys. I mean, all that ricotta and the cream cheese. I mean, look how good is that? It's like so creamy. And it's a pity you can't smell it. It really is divine.
I think I just
so
drink
good.
that like that. Would you be able to have that as like a soup, do you think?
Well, let me taste it, and I'll let you know. Oh yes, that can go down as a very good mushroom.
All right, what's next for you on that recipe?
Adding in the pasta and just taking the spatula and giving it a quick stir. Merged.
I was hoping we might get to see the pasta dance. I don't know if anyone on here tonight has cooked pasta, especially spaghetti in the Thermomix. You can put it through the lid in the hole and it just goes down and does a wee little pasta dance. It's amazing to watch.
I forgot about that. My kids actually love doing that. I forgot about that. Sorry. And they
Don't
go
worry.
around and around.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we just placing the simmering pot. Look, I put in 200 tonight, but I can actually add some more. Because the Thermomix can actually handle more than what you think. So it's not just for family of 4. It goes to 6, 8. You can scale the recipe. So I'm sneaky. I usually add a little bit more water and can add some more pasta. That I remember that. Because you guys saw how big you go is. Eat
Yes.
bigger than yeah, then that's just gonna cook off for 7 minutes and it's ready to serve. Again, this recipe, it takes a little bit longer, but there's so much hands down. You're only on it for about 10 minutes, then healthy dinner served.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Chantal. And what I'm going to do, team, is quickly share my screen because I wanted to rock and roll you through some of the things that we do offer. So first one being Cookie Doo. Now, for our people that are on and TM5 owners or non-owners, anyone can jump on Cookie Doo and get a free 30-day subscription and take full advantage of all the things we have on here. So we've got access to over 85,000 recipes. You're able to do a weekly planner on here. So you can see today we've got the salt-free vegetable stock paste, the all-in-one creamy veggie pasta that Chantal's been making. But you can go through and plan your weeks with what you're cooking. And as you can see, some days are busier than others in my household, depends on who is cooking. Then you can also be creating your shopping list and order those ingredients directly from Countdown, or it's Woolworths now, isn't it? And then that can be picked up or delivered at your leisure. And what I wanted to highlight is our Thermomix Cooking for Diabetes cookbook. So at the moment, you've got 20 recipes loaded on there. And this is our Thermomix for Cooking for Diabetes cookbook. So you can see there's a beautiful natural yogurt. There is soups, there's salads, there's breakfast options, but they don't have currently all of the recipes from the cookbook. So they will release those soon, so stand by. And on our Thermomix website, I've just brought up the Thermomix Cooking for Diabetes cookbook. So they are $44.95. And they have beautiful recipes all throughout. I've got a copy right next to me. I'll show you one of the coolest things I think in the actual book itself, and that is the what do you call it? Meal like I'll flick to it when I'm ready. I find it. But the meal planning, the recommendations of what you should be eating, those plates with, portion sizes and portion controls as well. So very, very, very cool to be able to educate us in that as well. And if you don't have a Thermomix, the current machine that we do sell is a Thermomix TM6. They are valued at $2,699, and there's a lot of different ways to get one on your bench. The best way is to come and earn one as a consultant. A lot of our team that are on tonight have gone down that route of earning, and we have a beautiful Earn 4 program in the month of March. So if you come on and get fully trained up and qualified, we can get you on your way selling your 4 machines in 60 days, and then your Thermi ends up being free. So how good? If the Earn route doesn't really spin your wheels, that's totally fine. When you purchase Thermomix between now and the 27th of March, you get another bowl for $49. Now, this is one of our hottest offers, and it flies off the shelves super, super quick. So if you've been thinking about getting a machine, you'll see the girls tonight have been showing how great having 2 bowls is. So it's a really good time to get one. And if you haven't had a demonstration, reach out to one of the consultants that are on tonight or someone in your area and we can help you out with seeing one in action before then. And we do have an events tab on our Thermomix website as well. So what you want to do is head over there and find the events in your neighborhood. So Zena, who's on tonight, she's actually running an Easter class. Where is that going to be on here? In Tekwiti on the 23rd of March at 12 o'clock. So if anyone would like to go and experience an Easter class in Tekwiti, Zena's your girl. Those ones that are close to Hamilton as well, we have an open home on the 22nd of March as well at 7 o'clock. And there's also one in Auckland too. So if you're wondering, what can I do? I need to get more out of my Thermomix. Come along to a cooking class or an open home. They are so much fun. And there's also virtual classes on here as well. So I'm going to just stop sharing very, very quickly. Cool bananas. I'm going to do a quick check-in with our team. I think Kim might be showing us her vegetable stock paste in a second. Or Chantal, anything from you?
Yeah, I'm getting mine from the oven.
Right.
And Tamara, I would like to tell the viewers over here, or all those who have joined us online, that there are lots of hidden recipes within the recipes in the Diabetes Cookbook, friends. So lots of lovely sauces and chutneys and like tahini and all those things. So I was going through the book and I found so many other recipes. So it's worth getting that book. If you like books, it's a beautiful cookbook that Forwork and Thermomix have come out with.
Yes, beautiful. And Shanaz, while I've got you there, have you got your cookbook in front of you?
Yes.
Can you
I
just
have
shoot
it.
over to page 25 and just, you may as well highlight what I'm trying to talk about, but I can't get the words out of my mouth. It's
One
a 7-day meal plan for 2 people. And there's two different meal plans in there. So page 25 and 26.
Yeah.
I think that's just, I don't think any of our other cookbooks have this in them yet. And I think that's just fantastic.
Yeah, there are lots and lots of sharing like I'll just tell you one of my favorite. I made this cranberry, not cranberry. I made what did I make? Sorry, capsicum, beetroot. No, 1 minute. I'm sorry. Tamara, you can go ahead. I will get.
Oh, come
get
back.
that
Okay.
recipe to-
Okay,
Yeah,
Kim, coming
sorry.
to you, hon. There we go.
Hi. When you use high heat or any cooking when it's red, just make sure you pull down on that tongue so that steam escapes. It's a lot drier. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm not very good with it. I don't know why, but it's a lot drier, I reckon, than sort of. But anyway, just it was still a little like chunky, so I just overrode the instructions and just blended it for a minute. And I'm just going to put it in these silicone molds.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Kim. That looks amazing. And it works really well in ice cubes as well, team, if you just want to do that. Or if you want to go the extra mile and dehydrate your veggie stock paste, you can do that as well. Thank you. I'm going to go over to Billy. She's been waiting so patiently and she has something to show us. So I'm just going to grab your other screen, hon. And there we go. Take it away.
Oh, look at this. And if you can hear, I have 2 of my boys eating it and loving it, my husband and my son. And they're like, hurry up. So what we did here is we baked the mince and the beetroot and the tomato, and we've added in some mint on top, but then we've added the tahini sauce. Now this tahini yogurt is a high protein yogurt. It has tahini, garlic cloves, lemon juice, and cumin. So if you are like me, I like a high protein diet because that can help control your weight, but it also can help you feel fuller for longer. So protein is quite necessary. But with this is a low carb bread. But can you tell me what you think, team? No, just quickly. Yeah. They like it, which is actually a bonus. If you know, you know with children.
Yes.
My son, all he asked was for the tomatoes to not be on it. So he's eating beetroot.
Woohoo! I love that for you, Billy. Thanks, hon. I'm going to cross over to Shanaz and she's going to show us her Beautiful muesli slice. Look at that, guys. How good.
It is really very hot, friends, for me to cut it. So I will let it cool down and then put it in the box that I showed you, the vacuum seal container. It stays for like 3 to 4 weeks if you want. It was summer, so I used to keep it in the fridge, but otherwise you can leave it outside. So
Beautiful.
that's and one sauce that I was going to tell you is the cherry and cranberry sauce from the cookbook.
Ooh.
It's such a beautiful sauce, friends. My husband, who is like a very fussy eater, he just gulped it down. He just gulped it down thinking it's a pickle. So it was so tasty. So you must
Oh.
make all those hidden recipes within a recipe from this cookbook.
That's fantastic. Thanks, Shanaz. And I will try and take my video off so I can show you what this thing is that I'm trying to show you. Okay, yeah, mine doesn't look so glamorous without the background. But so here in the book, am I on the right side? Here we go. It's quite blurry, but you get the gist. So it gives you 2 weekly planners of the recommended dietary requirements for the recipes from the cookbook. And it's just such a good idea. So I hope we've inspired you tonight, team. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put my background back up because that looked way nicer.
Right.
And we will be taking photos of all the recipes from tonight, and I will collate them into a beautiful email with all of the girls' social media tags so that you can go and follow their journeys, maybe get inspired from what they're cooking as well. And I just want to give a massive shout out to Zena for being behind the scenes tonight and rocking and rolling, making sure we don't get too sick with the with the transitions. But I hope tonight's been of service. If there's anything we can help with, pop it in the chat box or stay on to ask some questions. But thank you so much. This has been an amazing class to run, and we feel very, very privileged to be able to offer this to you. So thank you so much. Enjoy your night. And I'm going to bring the girls on. And here we go. There we go. Thank you, Sharon. And Z.
Tamara, my boys want to say hello to you.
Where are they? I'm trying to. Are you on?
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Cute. All right.
Tamara had come to my house, girls, and the boys had played with her. That is why they just jumped on to say hello to her.
All right, I'm gonna start letting people out. If you haven't got any questions, team, I'm gonna just slowly put you in the waiting room. Well done, everyone. I'm just gonna